Hi there, it's Joseph, and welcome back to the San Miguel de Allende Secrets video channel here on YouTube. And today we're going to talk about Xuchiles and how they bring home the dead. As always, in the descriptive box below, there are links if you need more information, including a link to Amazon.com if you wish to purchase any of the books in the best-selling series, San Miguel de Allende Secrets. Xuchiles are funeral offerings in the form of flowers and cacti. They're about 2 meters wide and the height of a 1.5-story building. They are intricate to the Chichimeca, indigenous hunter-gatherers, celebrations of the town's namesake, St. Michael the Archangel's feast day here. The construction of a Xuchile requires great skill. First, the sticks are tied in a parallel fashion in order to form a rectangle. Upon the skeleton structure of reeds are mounted squares, about 10 inches on each side, covering with a matting woven of a plant called little spoon, because of the shape of its leaves. In each Xuchile, 3 or 4 of these squares are left empty. Within the vacant squares are placed flower arrangements, saints, virgins, crosses, and other motifs. All the arrangements are partially made with dyed tortillas, sunflowers, and marigolds. Marigolds and cacti parts placed together to represent marigolds are a nod to the odd smell of the now blooming wild marigolds each fall. Their odor was part of what brought the dead back for Days of the Dead, with each flower's 365 petals representing a day in the year of a good life. To the Spanish, the color represented gold from Mary's dowry, and why we call the flower in English marigolds. The little spoon cacti are white, representing skulls woven together into a tosampantil, or skull rack, used in pre-Hispanic times, like what's pictured there in the middle of the screen. A tosampantil was used for the public display of skulls of war captives and other sacrificial victims to scare away your enemies. At the top of each Xuchile appears a handsome woven cross representative of the cross that appeared in the sky ending the 1530 Battle of the Barbarians between the indigenous and conquistadors on St. Michael's Day. Hence the town's name became San Miguel, then San Miguel de los Chichimecas, and today San Miguel de Allende. Alongside the Xuchile's cross are often 2 smaller crosses. These are not for St. Demas and Gespis, the lads that were crucified alongside Jesus. Rather, these crosses represent Wolf and Coyote, 2 fierce Chichimeca warriors from the nearby Battle of the Barbarians in 1530. Restricted from being in the procession in 1960 by a priest not partial to the notion that 2 men that fought the Catholics were being honored. In recent years, I've seen both Wolf and Coyote creep back into the celebrations. Hearts are displayed on many Xuchiles representing the Sacred Heart of Jesus, a European image to show Jesus' compassion via his exposed heart. Before the arrival of the Spanish, the highest indigenous leader got to eat the heart of prisoners of war. So the power of the heart has always been part of the culture. Today, San Miguel is the heart of Mexico, for the revolution from Spain starting here and being Mexico's most romantic city. That's because it was built upon pink quartz. The quartz is why we don't suffer earthquakes unless you're out by the lake as the tremors travel in the water. An X signifies the 4 winds, north, south, east, and west, the indigenous face when spreading a prayer out into the world. Xuchiles represent the duality of life, or how one must be born and die to go home to Jesus in heaven. Each group of Chichimeca dancers escorting a Xuchile includes men, women, and children, creating the sign of the cross with their feet to thank their ancestors for joining the new faith. In the group are persons who made the religious vows to make the pilgrimage to town and who have taught the dancers. Amateurs, you need not apply, nor are strangers permitted to disturb the dignity, unity, and discipline of the group. Costumes are often warlike and highly individualized. They frighten me, a tall present-day man. I can only imagine the reaction from those tiny Spanish folks that arrived so long ago. Groups are led by 2 elders, a man in white cotton trousers and a woman, or younger folks dressed as senior citizens. They represent the ancient gods of astrology and calendars. Sicpactonal, him, and Oxomaco, her. They were the first human couple, like a New World version of Adam and Eve. Today, Oxos are a chain of convenience stores. like pictured there in the left-hand corner. Interspread in the procession are clowns, skeletons, and other locos or crazies, plus the devil with his ever-present whip to keep the participants submissive. Following a 4-hour procession in honor of St. Michael, the Xuchiles are placed in front of the parochia, symbolically bringing the ancestors back to their tombs because St. Michael's Church was built atop the Chichimeca graveyard. The Spanish always built churches where the indigenous were already used to worshiping, in much the same way pyramids were destroyed and their stones were used to build a church. Before leaving town, the dancers have food blessed by the priests and then brought to the prison. The Xuchiles are left behind to silently decay. You can view theirs and other Xuchile remains alongside churches and cemeteries throughout town and the countryside, following their continued use in today's funerary processions. As always, feel free to click the subscribe button below, and you'll get notifications of new videos as they come out nearly daily here on the San Miguel de Allende Secrets YouTube channel.